If someone abandons their family home for 6 years, no rent, no calls, no explanation, does it stop being theirs? Because I made a decision based on the answer I believed was yes. And now my brother wants me to look him in the eye and explain how I could do something so cruel. So I'm asking you first. Okay, let me give you the full picture, because context matters a lot here, or at least I tell myself it does. My name is Dana, I'm 34. My brother's name is Reese, he's 31. Our mom, Carol, is 68, and after our dad passed 4 years ago, she's been living alone in the house we grew up in. It's a three-bedroom place out in a mid-sized town, nothing fancy, but it's home. And for the last 6 years, Reese has not lived there. He moved across the country for a job, which fine, adults move, but he also barely called. Maybe once every few months, always short, always vague. He sent money twice in 6 years, and both times it was less than $200. Meanwhile, I live 40 minutes away. I'm over there every weekend. I've fixed the gutters, I've driven mom to her cardiology appointments, I handled the estate paperwork when dad died. All of it. Now here's the part that matters. About 8 months ago, mom's health started slipping. Nothing immediately dangerous, but enough that she couldn't manage the stairs reliably, and she needed someone around more consistently. Her friend Margaret, who is 64, recently widowed and genuinely lovely, mentioned she was looking for somewhere affordable to stay after selling her own house. And I had an idea. Reese's old room had been sitting empty for 6 years, full of old soccer trophies and a mattress that probably had opinions by that point. So I talked to Mom. Mom loved the idea. Margaret would pay a small amount of rent, help around the house, and keep Carol company. It felt like a solution that worked for everyone who was actually present. So we cleared out the room, donated the old stuff with Mom's blessing, I want to be clear, gave it a fresh coat of paint, and Margaret moved in. She's been there 5 months now. Mom's doing better. There's someone in the house if she falls. There's laughter at dinner. It's been genuinely good. Then Reese calls, and I mean actually calls like a real phone call, which in itself felt like a weather event. He opens with, "Hey, Mom mentioned something about a roommate?" And I explained the whole thing, calmly, laid it all out. He went quiet for a second, then said, "Dana, that's my room." And I said, "And yeah, I know how this sounds. It was your room, 6 years ago." He did not take that well. He said I had no right to make that call, that it was his childhood home too, that he always planned to come back someday, and having his room available mattered to him emotionally. I asked him when someday was. He said that wasn't the point. I said I thought it was pretty much exactly the point. Then it got sharper. He said, "You've been slowly taking over Mom's life for years and you just did it again." That one landed differently. Because it wasn't nothing, it hit a nerve, the way accusations do when there's even a sliver of something in them. Was I taking over, or was I just the one who showed up? I told him Margaret wasn't going anywhere. Mom didn't want her to go anywhere. And if he wanted to be part of these decisions, he was welcome to drive 40 minutes and sit at the kitchen table like I had been doing for 4 years. He hung up. Here's where I have to be honest with myself and with you. I did not tell Reese before it happened. I told Mom, I got Mom's agreement, and I moved forward. I genuinely did not think to call him, and when my friend Priya found out, she didn't let that slide. She said, "Dana, it doesn't matter that he's been absent, it's still his family home. You should have told him." And I started to push back, and she just said, "You didn't forget to call him, you decided not to." That one sat with me, because she's right that I didn't forget. I didn't call him because I already knew what he'd say, and I'd already decided it didn't count. 6 years of absence and a few short phone calls, in my head, he'd forfeited the right to have a vote. And maybe that's fair. But I made that judgment unilaterally, without ever giving him the chance to weigh in. Reese eventually texted Mom directly. She told him Margaret was staying and that she was happy. He texted back one line, "I can't believe you both did this without me." Mom cried about it for an afternoon. That part I haven't told many people. A few weeks after that, Reese called me again. Not angry this time, tired. He said he'd been thinking about coming home, not visiting, coming home, and now he didn't know where he'd stay, and I didn't have a great answer for that. I said we'd figure it out. He said, "You already figured it out, that's the problem." I don't think he's wrong about that specific thing. I just don't know if being right about that specific thing makes the whole picture wrong. So here's where I'm actually at. Mom is safe. Margaret is kind and present, and the house feels less lonely. Reese is hurt and maybe, genuinely reconsidering his life choices because of this. Or maybe I just burned a bridge with my brother over a room I didn't technically have the authority to reassign, while convincing myself I was the responsible one. Both of those things feel true at the same time, and I cannot figure out how to hold them. So I'm asking you, I took care of my mom. I made a practical, loving decision. I also cut my brother out of a choice that affected his family too, and I didn't lose a single night of sleep over it until he called. Does the caregiving earn the authority? Or does absence just mean absence, not disqualification? Am I the problem here? Honestly, though, what would you have done? Comment below.